Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these super pretty quad bows. This is what I just refer it to, obviously it's a translation. Look how pretty that is. That is in pale gold. I've done a version in rust and two in the colour spruce, like I said, having a very fall moment at the moment. So I'm going to do another one in the pale gold. And what you'll need is 4 pieces times 20 centimetres in 1.5 inch ribbon. 20 centimetres, and as you can see, pinning 4 there, and you want 2 to the right, 2 to the left. So like I said, 2 4 centimetre pins to the left, 2 to the right, okay, and that will help you get the quads in the right direction when we're making later. And you'll also need 1 piece of 55 centimetre ribbon, and this will be wrapped around a 4 inch template, and that's the first thing we're going to do, make our base bow. Okay, so I'm going to take our 55 centimetres, I'm going to heat seal the end so it doesn't fray, and take our 4 inch template. And always remember, if you ever miss anything or I go too fast at all the measurements are in the description below, along with suppliers for the templates and all the other things that are featured in my video. And I also have a Facebook group and page, so if you ever get stuck with anything, feel free to pop across there, and I'm always about to help you with anything that you might be struggling with, or just to answer any questions and offer some tips about bow making in general. So 4 inch template. You want to point it so this bit's slightly over the stitch guide. We've got it at this angle here. Okay, hold that tight with your thumb. And you want to go round so that this bit is straight. And then we wrap it so that you've got a triangle point here that's right on the stitch guide. Okay, hold that with your fingers, take this round. You want a little bit of an overlap, but not much at the points, but not the whole thing. And then turn that at an angle like so. Move that down if you need to again, so it's back on the triangle. And you should also have the triangle shape here. And both of those points here should both be right on the centre of your stitch guide. There we go. And then when you're happy with that, I have 2 clips. I'm going to clip one that side and one there, just so my ribbon doesn't move when I'm putting my stitches in. And that is the front, and that is what the back looks like. Don't be concerned about the slight bits here, that's completely normal in this particular make. Okay, so I'm going to take our thread, and I use a Gutermann's extra strong polyester thread, and a longer needle, and we're going to go from above, and I'll count the stitches afterwards because otherwise I'll lose my concentration and get muddled. You don't want to be watching me for hours. No one wants that. Still in alignment. Watch the corner of your template. And last one. If you've gone above your guide, you can put your last one in by doing that back of the template, or you can come up if you've gone far enough down. Then you can take clips off. And we'll wiggle that down and show you the stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's in, just over, centre, over, out, and on the back, just untangle that, you will have 4 stitches, 2 in one 1.5 inch piece and 2 in the second, and that will give you 4 creases when we cinch it. One, 2, 3, 4, and then you can wrap round, round a couple of times, and then stitch off in the back however you personally prefer. There you go. Cut that extra off. Just rethread my needle for when I do my next step in a minute. So there we go. And that is the front of the bow. And this is what the back looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little gentle curve for my tail. You don't have to curve, you could do it straight or whatever other design you personally prefer. So trying to adjust it and then couldn't get my cut straight. Don't forget to heat seal in the blue bit of the flame again. Move those bits out of the way. Put that to one side for later. And then we want our 4 20cm pieces, and again all the edges need heat sealing in the blue clear bit of the flame. Okay, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Move those out of the way so I've got space to move. You can see. Okay, and again I'm going to be using some of my little clips to hold everything in place. So you want to make 2 to the right, 2 to the left. So take your first piece, and obviously you've got your 4cm in pin, and you want to triangle down. So you've got your square here, you triangled that down here. You then take this and fold it over. Okay, so this is what you've now got. That's folded over, and then we take this and fold it up behind that original square. Okay, now just pop a clip here, just hold everything in place so all of this is in alignment, because that's where everything's going to go to. Okay, at this point turn it round so that the pin is below, and what you want to do is fold a triangle down from that corner point. So you've got this, turn that in, so you've got the triangle this way and the triangle this way, and then you want to take this to this edge from behind. So bring that over and line all of it up so that all the edges are layered together, and then take your clip and clip it in place. And this is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like. Okay, and I always leave my pins in because I use them as a guide for when I'm putting everything in place, because you have to get a specific set of shapes to get the quad shapes to work. So do it again. So start from your 4cm line, triangle down from that point, turn it in, line that triangle up with that edge here, bring that from behind to make that square there and that long piece over, take a clip, hold that in place so all your edges are lining up, turn it so your pin is facing towards you. From this edge, triangle down, fold that across so it pockets that original triangle, and then bring this piece backwards so that this meets this edge behind. And clip it all in place. So that's the right sides, and on the lefts we go the other way. So this one we turned this way, this time we're going to try and do the triangle in the opposite direction. So down, triangle down like so from your 4 centimeters, fold it in, make sure your triangles matches that edge corner here, bring this bit round, take your clip that there so all your edges line up here, turn it so the pin is facing away from you, and then you want to do your triangle from this point here, triangle up over so it makes a pocket over the original one. So from there, triangle up, across, and then bring this bit backwards so it meets those original edges and reclip it. And that is the front, that is the back, and we're going to repeat that again. So from your 4 centimeters, triangle down, across, up, clip to keep your edges gathered, turn it, triangle upwards from that corner, across to pocket the original triangle, and then take this piece backwards so it lines up with the original edges. Use your clip, get those all in alignment. Now, I personally have to draw myself a little diagram to keep track of where to keep the shapes, because otherwise when I make it I get my pieces muddled, and like I said, I make lots of different versions of the bow from getting confused myself. So the key thing that you want with your pieces so the left pieces, they're the right pieces. Okay, so what you want is you want the large pieces on the outsides, but you still want your edges in. Just double check. Turn. There we go. So basically you want the pins, this is the main reason to keep them in, you want the pins so that they're facing towards each other. So you've got one going this way, one going this way, like this, so that these larger ones are going to be on the outside, which is this part, to show you on the, so it's that cup. So that's the smaller piece, that's the larger bit on the outside on those bits, so there. And again, that is the combination that you need. So if you remember your pins, keep your pins in and make sure that, like I said, they face each other. So you've got 2 down and 2 pointing up in this combination. Okay. Like I said, it took me quite a few attempts to get that combination right, and like I said, I still have to have a visual diagram just so I can double check before I put my stitches in. So if you get muddled or you accidentally make a mistake at this point, you're not the only one. On one of the green ones, it took me 5 attempts to get that done. So yeah, but bear with it, because like I said, it is such a pretty bow. It is 100% worth it. I do think this is going to be one of my favourite fall makes for the shape as well. So maybe clip out the way. We're going to do 6 stitch drops on each piece to get 3 creases, and you want to start again. Make sure all your edges are all completely lined up like this. And you want to start from your triangle, the front, through all your layers like this, and you want to do 6 from there. And your 6th one will be coming out of this triangle corner, up from beneath, through this triangle. There. There we go, so in, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the back you will have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to repeat on all of our pieces. Let's just move that a little. Make sure all those edges are all lined up, and we're stitching through all of them from above, triangle, and 6. And it's very important that you get your 6 in, because it will massively affect the balance of this kind of make, even more so than other styles. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my thread tonight. Okay. And then we are going to repeat on the opposite side. So we can turn those again, maybe clip a little, but make sure your edges are all lined up. Triangle in, 1, 2, 5, 6 through, all layers, and out through that triangle. Okay, pull that round, and last one again. Maybe clip, but make sure all of your edges lined up. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go, still got those on the outside, and we've still got the corners on the inside. So once you're happy with everything, you can take clips off, but always remember, if at that point you've made a mistake and you've got your combination wrong, all you need to do with this method would be to cut your knot off, leave your clips on, pull it through, and you've still got your pieces in the right shape. So that's always something to remember. And then we can, sorry, I do not know what's wrong with this particular little bit of thread today. That's better. Take the pins out. Okay, and then what I do to cinch it off is I go reline up that original crease there, 3, and take that and I go back through that side and cinch it really tight so that my shape is all nice. Check back, yep, caught my layers. And then I'm just going to wrap the thread round the centre to pull that nice, like that. And there you go. There is the front of the bow, and that is the back of the bow. And obviously we've already got our base bow ready at this point, so we can line that up with our centre here. And then I don't add glue, I use my thread to wrap round nice and tight. Round a good couple of times, I do it at least 3 or 4. There we go. And then thread off in the back however you personally prefer. And like I said, this is why I like the extra strong Gutermann thread, because you can put full force behind it. I think I've got a snag somewhere in my thread, that's what the problem's been. But it hasn't snapped, which is good. So there you go, wrap your layers together, and this is what it will look like, front, back. And then I have got a 60mm clip, so that's 6 centimetres. I'm going to put a touch of glue here, across there, attach that to the back of the bow, nice and tight. And then I've got some matching pale gold 9mm, drop of glue just there, open the clip up. Now the centre on these are quite, because obviously they're like this. To get your middle lined up, you would need to square them both off on both sides, so you'd need to pull these in. Now if you can't do that for whatever reason, and you do have a little bit that escapes the side of the wrap in a minute when we do, that's the whole point of these scrunchy middles. It hides anything that the 9mm doesn't cover, or if you've got wider ribbon that matches, so say if you've got some 10 or 12mm instead, if you get anything that's showing out on the side of here, like I said, use a slightly wider ribbon for your centre rather than our standard 9mm, and you'll be good to go. Or like I said, you can use the scrunchy middle to hide it if necessary. Wrap it around twice, nice and tight. Cut that little bit extra off. Heat seal there. Bit of glue. Open that, and then we're going to do our scrunch. And like I said, this is roughly 8 centimetres, 3 inches. Just gonna straighten that off a bit. And what you do is you make an S shape like this. Take your lighter, heat seal that in the blue clear bit of the flame, pinch it together. Mind your fingers when you do this because it does get quite hot. And then the opposite side, you do your S in the other way. So before we did it that way, we're now doing it this way. Again, pinch it together, heat seal it in the blue bit, the clear bit of the flame, pinch it with your fingers, and what you'll get is you'll get a dip this side and a dip that side, and that's the bit that makes the scrunch. Okay, so on the flat side, here, put your glue that side. Pop that round, and then bring this, turn it round so you get that scrunch. Bring that over your bow and glue again on the flat side. Open your clip. And there you go. The other thing that I do with this is move it so all of your pieces are separate, and then the other thing I do is if you pop your finger in, and you can slightly pull the bottom pieces. Triangles open like so, and again, because this is one that has a little bit of movement, because like I said, you can sort of scrunch them up a little bit, or you can open them a little depending on your personal preference. If you do like them more open before you package them for customers, I would suggest blasting them with some extra strength max hold hairspray. I use a cheap version from Tesco. It costs about a pound. It's really good though, because once bows set they don't move, and like I said, they're absolutely fine for your customers. And like I said, it will stop the movement of these pieces, like I said, if you've opened them up a little bit. Okay, so there you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.